Mayor Hicks?
Here.
Mayor Pro Tem Quintana?
Here.
Councilor Sandoval?
Here.
Councilor Dickens?
Here.
Councilor Lewis?
Here.
Please join me in the Pledge of Allegiance. I pledge allegiance to the flag of the United States of America and to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Hoorah! Motion to approve the agenda?
I make a motion we approve the agenda.
Second. Councilor Quintana?
Yes.
Councilor Sandoval?
Yes.
Councilor Dickens?
Yes.
Councilor Lewis?
Yes.
Lieutenant Dawson, you're up first, baby.
Thank you, sir. Council, I appreciate the opportunity to come before you. I'll make it short and sweet and to the point. I've come before you today to present Sergeant Moses Marquez. If you come up here, please. Under the previous administration, Sergeant Marquez earned the Lifesaver Award for saving the life of a fellow officer. Chief Senna was unable to present him with the award, so I'm going to go ahead and present it to him now. This incident was submitted to the American Police Hall of Fame National Awards Program, and it was accepted. Sergeant Marquez was selected to receive the Lifesaver Award for his act of valor. On February 21st, 2012, Sergeant Marquez, along with Officer Marling, Fire Rescue, and Mount Taylor and Ambulance, were dispatched to a fellow officer's residence in reference to him not breathing. Putting all emotions aside, CPR was started and did not stop until Sergeant Fink was in the emergency room where definitive care could be given. The acts of Sergeant Marquez, as well as everyone else involved, saved his life. We don't take that lightly, whether it be for ourselves or any citizen. In this particular case, it was sent off, like I said, to the Police Hall of Fame, and they did award him with the Lifesaver Award. Sergeant Marquez, we appreciate what you do for us and for the city. This is a plaque for you to put up inside your home or whatever, and this is also the medal that is being presented to you to be worn with your dress uniform. Ladies and gentlemen. Mayor, City Council, thank you.
Great job, Moses.
Thank you.
Thank you.
Congratulations.
Mr. Daniel Valdez.
My name is Daniel Valdez. This is the first time I ever ventured anything like this. I just wanted to bring it to your attention, the fire station being on the property of me and Mr. T.M. Clear, who was a Vietnam vet. Two bullets for us out there in Vietnam. I just want the right thing done for this man. Thank you very much.
This is about the
Mr.
fire
Mayor.
department, the
Yeah.
property on the back end of the fire department. It's been like that for 7 years. The lawyers are aware of it. We're in the process.
Yeah, we're in the process. We're having it appraised right now.
And taking care
And so
of
it's going through the appraisal of it and things, so that's where we're at right now with
it. Are you aware of that, Mr. Valdez?
that. I talked to him yesterday.
Yes, sir. I found that out yesterday.
All right. Is there anybody in the audience who would like to make a public comment or discussion about our compliance with our charter?
Mr. Mayor, we are in compliance.
Thank you, Mike. Have you had a chance to review the regular city council meeting minutes, guys? I will entertain a motion to approve the minutes if they're good.
I make a motion that we approve the meetings for June 11th.
Second.
I'll second.
Councilor Quintana?
Yes.
Councilor Sandoval?
Yes.
Councilor Dickens?
Yes.
Councilor Lewis?
Yes.
Wilson and Company update?
Good evening, Mr. Mayor, council members. I'm here tonight to provide the board with a project funding update and to discuss our progress on Hill Street sewer remediation.
This is, what you're giving us here is Second Street funding, right?
Yes, sir. In April, our staff, in coordination with the manager and Mr. Fisk, submitted a funding application and made project presentations to the Mexico Water Trust Board. We requested funds to construct flood control improvements along 2nd Street. And last Monday, June 9th, the board approved our full funding request of $700,000. These funds are to be used. The funds are to be used to reconstruct the 2nd Street Bridge and our subsurface storm drain near the Rio San Jose flood control channel. The city also received funds from the local government road fund, $287,417 through the municipal arterial program, MAP, and $208,673 through the municipal cooperative program. The MAP funding is programmed for construction of 2nd Street, Phase 3. And the co-op is programmed to improve streets citywide. Are there any questions before I move to Hill Street?
I got one. This covers the bridge? This covers the bridge now, Second Street,
Yes, sir.
right?
Yes, sir. The water trust
The
board.
bridge, all the way up to, right here, on High Street.
Our current project is, the termini is from Hyde to Stevens, and we're gonna extend the storm drain as far as our funding is gonna allow. And from there, we're gonna pick up the storm drain with the $700,000 and construct a box culvert at the channel.
There you go.
This will be phase,
Yes.
phase 1, will be phase 2 next.
And the map, excuse me, Mr. Manager.
Sure.
The map monies will be used to reconstruct the roadway, sidewalks, and the utilities.
We're anticipating, we were talking about it today, we were anticipating that for phase 3, we should be looking at somewhere in the neighborhood of probably about $1.2 million to continue that roadway, and we felt like if the city can contribute another, say, $300,000, that'll put us to $1.5 million. I think we can get it to Washington.
Any questions on that one?
So from Washington up to
Stevens.
Stevens.
Yeah. Including the rebuild of the
But
bridge.
I honestly believe that this money here is probably gonna take us a lot closer down to that bridge than we think it is.
But we're not gonna wait for the rest of it
No.
now, right?
Yes, sir, we're not gonna wait.
Yeah.
No, we're not waiting.
And it's already complete from Stevens to Santa.
From Santa Fe to High. To High is complete. So we'll go from High down.
Explain to them on the cost of that. I had asked you about that today. I thought it would go further. And
Right,
wh-
so
where's the cost being, the elevated costs?
phase 2, which is from Hyde to Stevens, that one block, full reconstruction of the road, utilities, storm drain, that's right around $600,000 to do all that work. And the reason why is the the rock profile is 1 foot below the existing roadway surface. So to remove all that rock is where the money is being spent.
Okay.
As the road goes and the road starts dipping down, so does the rock profile. So as further we get away from Stevens, the less rock we're gonna have to remove.
And that includes the electrical infrastructure, right?
Right, yeah, we're definitely gonna place the conduit in the pool boxes.
Right.
And the actual infrastructure is gonna be an additive alternate.
Okay. Anything else? Beale Street.
Hill Street, our staff has requested bids from 2 contractors utilizing CES procurement to perform the sewer improvements on Hill Street. TLC Company, Inc. is the low apparent bidder at $53,161.37, and that's including NMGRT. At this point, we are asking council to award the Hill Street Sewer Remediation Project to TLC Company. I'm prepared to answer any
Questions from the council?
questions.
No questions? For people, and citizens in the audience, NMGRT is gross receipts tax.
I'll entertain a motion on this one, Jeff.
I make a motion that we award the contract to the TLC company.
Second. Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
$53,161.
Thank you, Mr. Mayor. Council members.
Thank you.
Wastewater treatment plant, who's got that one? I seen Forsgren's come in.
That one, I'll go ahead and do that one.
Come on up, come on up, guys. You're here, you might as well come on up and say hello to everybody. Let the people of Grants know who's gonna be rebuilding our new wastewater treatment plant, guys. Yeah, come on up over here.
We received bids from, let's see, from Smith Engineering, Forsgren, Wilson, and Amic Engineering. After going through the evaluation process, Forsgren and Smith Engineering were real close in points. So we did interview with both of those companies, and Forsgren was the one that was chosen to be the company that will take us through the process of evaluating and determining what our needs were for a new wastewater treatment plant or upgrade of our existing, whatever that may be. So
Please state your names for the record.
Jennifer Walters with Forsgren Associates.
And Heather Herrera with Forsgren Associates.
Any questions for these two ladies, guys?
So they'll be doing the engineering.
Yes, it's correct.
From, yes, planning,
design.
yeah, it's the PER, that would be everything up into construction,
Right.
if the council chooses to.
Is this gonna be back where the original sewer plant was?
We don't know that.
All those options will be looked at. in
Every
the
option, when we sat down and we interviewed these companies, guys, we went through all the options. We went through financing, how we're gonna get the money, and to be perfectly honest with you, that's what put Forsgren's over the top, was their expertise in the financing department. And that's one of the main reasons that I recommend, Paul recommends this firm. They already know our system. They know where our pump stations are, where our lift stations are. I mean, to me, they're definitely the best prepared one to do this work.
How many years do you have with the city, working with the city?
As many years as I've been working with Forsgren Associates, I've been working with the city for over 2.5 years now.
Yeah, so we have experience.
Yeah.
Forsgren was actually the company that built our original.
We actually have over 20 years' experience with
So
Forsgren.
Yes,
Forsgren,
Forsgren and Company,
yeah,
yes.
Forsgren and Company.
Yeah, I'm just letting
So on that,
Sounds good.
Yes.
I'll entertain a motion for the RFP for Forsgren Associates.
Make a motion to go ahead and accept the Forsgren as our contractor for that project.
A second.
Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
Thank you very much, ladies. You got any questions for us?
Thank you, Mayor, thank you, council. No, we're just looking forward to working with the city to do the wastewater treatment plant, PER improvements and design. And the project manager, Bob Paulette, sends his regrets for him not being able to attend because he had a family
No problem.
obligation. But thank you.
Thank
Thank
you very
you.
much.
They will start, the first course of business they'll have is producing a professional engineering report, the PER, and that will determine our options as far as where to go forward from there.
It's going to determine, it will have every option on it.
It'll have the options, yeah, that'll come before the city council to decide.
Okay.
They'll prepare the bid, or the request for bids.
Yes.
Right. Yeah, once it's determined what direction the city wants to go with this, then at that point, then they'll go into the design phase and then into the construction phase, and they'll prepare all the RFPs and things needed for the company who will be constructing it.
Do they prepare anything for the financial part of this?
They do,
Yes.
they work closely with Jim Fisk, our project coordinator, in finding funds. They are real close with the state of New Mexico and also with the federal government as far as monies available for these projects. And they know these people in Santa Fe, they're on a personal basis with them. And so they will be a big asset to the city as far as finding those funds and helping us get this project done.
And we'll create municipal bonds for this to fund this?
Yes, yeah.
Or 20?
Yeah, our.
20 years worth, maybe.
Our current municipal bonds for the current wastewater treatment plant, our last payment on those is in July 2017. And that's kind of our target to start construction right after that and do the bonds and
We have
whatever
a
we need to do.
timeline laid out, everything. I mean, they were just so impressive when we interviewed with them about how they've got everything. It's laid out in a timeline exactly to where our present plant dies and this one takes over. And that's the plan, is as the bonds are paid off on this wastewater treatment plant, we go into the new ones immediately and start construction so that we can switch over. Because I personally just don't see an upgrade with that one that we have on the hill. I mean, to be perfectly honest with you guys, I don't see that. I don't think Paul does either. I don't think Forest Grants does either.
I don't think, yeah, Forest Grants, that will
We're
be
gonna
an
look at-
option, yeah, that'll be an option,
look
but
at it.
it's really not the option
Not
that
the
will
option.
really look, yeah, that will probably
Okay.
be able to take us forward.
You have to realize that we still have to pay for this one first.
Yes.
You know, so when does that take place? You know, doesn't that get
Yes.
placed like?
2017,
Yeah,
July
so
2017 is
That
when
has
we're
to be
done.
paid for first.
Yes. It's coming on us. But we'll get it done. Okay, next item, integrated municipal accounting software. You got this one, Jim?
Yeah. I'll take
We're
this
gonna
one.
make Paul do it.
I have got the information here. We went through an RFP process for a new accounting system for the city. The accounting system that we have here is antiquated and outdated. It creates a lot of added manual labor for the city just to try to get out required reports that we need out of the system. The system is the old DOS green screen type of system, which very few people are familiar with. So anybody that we hire into the city that works on it, there's a large training curve. And it's rather expensive also. It's costing us about $55,000 a year for this system. So we started with this RFP process. We had 3 companies, Cassell, Tyler, and Logix were the companies that we finalized it down to. We did interviews, we had presentations for them, and we recommend that Cassell is the company that we would recommend to go with the future. They have extensive companies that are municipalities that they have here in New Mexico and things, and so we're looking at, they have 2 types of systems, a local host system or a cloud system, and we're looking at the cloud system. And I think, Alan, are you here tonight?
Yes, I am.
Yeah, could you come up and explain that the cloud system? This is what we're looking at.
Yeah, I'd be happy to.
This is Alan Paul with Cassell.
How are you? Thanks for having me. So the difference between the server-based system and the hosted system, which is the preferred system here for grants, the server-based system requires, it requires expensive SQL servers, that they're advanced servers that you would need to maintain here. The IT personnel costs that go with that. The advantage to the hosted is that we do that. We have redundancy, so we make sure that you have guaranteed uptime of 99 point, there's several digits that go after that. It's guaranteed uptime. You're also going to get any maintenance and upgrades that come along with that in the future. It's all included at no additional cost. Additional features that we're constantly building into it. Just recently, we released a great dashboard system that's going to be a part of it when grants goes on the system. It's where you can get a one view at all point of view of your financial situation. It's going to also be better for reporting and the forms that go along with that also. So it's going to make things not only easier from our current version, but even for our next version, it's going to be even easier to use here for grants.
One of the cloud-based system is basically going to be an internet-based system where we will be able to access through internet connection, and we will also be able to access remotely from internet. So it will still give us the opportunity, when we're not in the office, we can still access information and things. So, and one of the biggest reasons that we went with Cassell's is they have a very powerful documentation program that goes along with it, which is really needed for us in not only our project coordinator, but in many parts of the city. We'll be able to connect all the departments together to one place and do things electronically rather than bicycling paperwork back and forth.
Do you want this?
Yes. It will make our life a lot easier.
Does this mean that I won't see your truck here every night at 6 or 7 o'clock at night?
Or 8 or 9.
Only in a year.
Okay. Well, you're like me, we're still trying to catch up.
Not that I'm complaining, but why is your price so much lower than the rest?
Thank you.
I mean, are we missing out on something?
Well, it could be that a part of the hosted version is that there's a lot lower upfront costs associated with it. It's software as a service. SaaS, as you've probably heard of, it makes it so that the ongoing maintenance costs are a little bit higher, but the upfront cost is lower. If you're comparing us to our competitors, is that where you're getting your relatively low cost? You know, we worked really hard to have a great product that's available to cities of all sizes. And the way that we price it, we do it on an a la carte basis. And so not every city has to have all of our software capabilities. You know, a city the size of, for example, a city the size of, we have, I believe it's Corona, you know, they have very few accounts. It's a very small size.
200?
Exactly, yeah. They have our software, but they aren't going to pay the same as what you guys are paying. So they would this software package that you guys are getting would be prohibitive for them. So that's part of our model is we just make it affordable for every size city, giving them the functionality they need.
I'm not complaining.
We actually, when we did our choosing the software, price was actually probably our third or fourth priority of what we were looking at. We were looking at the software of what it could do for us, the service, what kind of service the company could provide for us, and also the upgrades and different training and things, the training for getting us started. Those were all the requirements that came above price. And so it just so happened that when we chose Cassell, they were also the most competitive price-wise.
Any other questions?
How's the information transmitted from here to, well, like the golf course?
All right, very good question. Because of the hosted version that you've selected, it's going to be the same no matter where you're accessing it. So the golf course, when they log into the system, they're logging into our secure servers via a web browser.
Well, they'll be on the cloud as well.
Exactly, yeah. So everything is going to be cloud-based, which is also, it makes things just a lot easier for everyone. Heaven forbid Paul ever wants to take a vacation and he has to do something from his cruise ship, he's going to be able to do that. So yeah.
And I have a question. If we wanted to put GPS tracking in our city vehicles to know where they are all the time, will this system pick that up, and can we utilize that type of service in this system?
And that's not one of the services we offer.
Okay. Anything else?
Mr. Mayor, I think that they've done, Paul and the group here has done a lot of good research, and we should trust him on this decision, and so I would move that we accept the 5-year contract from Casell.
I second it.
Second, Mr. Dickens. Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
Thank you.
Thank you, Mayor and Council.
Thank you very much. Who's gonna speak for Cibola Arts Council? Is that gonna be you, Bobby? Oh, we should have known it was Randy lawyers who just can't resist this.
Two of us.
Come on up, guys. We knew a lawyer was gonna take that. I mean, they had
That's a good call, Mr. Judge.
to. Come on up, guys. Go ahead.
Mr. Mayor, I'd like to start out by acknowledging some of our board members that are here this evening. Ava Peets, who's been a board member for forever. And also Mr. Daniel Bland,
who is nothing like his name. So he's exactly.
And so now I'm ready for a PowerPoint presentation which will show you approximately 200 events, exhibits, and workshops that we have put on over the past 4 years. However, if you don't want to go with 4 years, we can put on a PowerPoint presentation showing 60-plus events that occurred this last fiscal year. Of course, that fiscal year is not over yet. So I'm sure that you've had ample opportunity to see our proposal. I would ask that you follow the recommendations in the proposal. I'm here to answer questions on events that we've had, on the museum exhibit that will be coming up in the near future. We're hoping to open an exhibit on Route 66, either.
You asking for an increase, Bobby?
Well, what I did was, actually, we were being funded at $36,000 a year. I asked for 38. However, I'm fine with 36 if we can freeze, put a cap on the rent, because the rent also goes up by about $60 a year.
In the past, when we created the History Museum, we started off with Chaco. We did an exhibit on railroads. We did an exhibit on fluorspar mining. We're now going up with an exhibit on postcards for Route 66, as a matter of fact. It's all dedicated to this area, the History Museum. And the other thing is the number of artists that we have here, really quite phenomenal for a community or a county of 28, 29,000. We've got an awful lot of artists, and I think this art gallery speaks well to that. And we also very much want to thank the City Council for its support. We really do. Thank you.
2 of those museum exhibits are currently being shown at the county office. If you go visit the county, you will see the railroad logging exhibit as you enter the front door. From the assessor's office down to the treasurer's office, both sides of the wall, you have the fluorspar mining exhibit, which was called the missing. It was Missing Mine, and we called it that because it was a missing chapter in the history of our area. And so now those exhibits are there, and they'll be there, who knows, next couple of years.
You've got some empty wall space here. We'd be more than happy to put stuff up here too.
Gas pump you were looking for?
Pardon?
The gas pump?
I'm looking for artifacts, looking for signs, I'm looking for a
Go to
car.
Budville and get that gas pump.
There we go.
That's one pump, Budville.
Yeah.
You guys do a great job.
No, I took a tour there for the first time ever. I don't know why I hadn't been there sooner, and I enjoyed the tour Robert gave me. He's doing a fantastic job, and the whole setup is fantastic. Like I said, I wish I'd been there sooner. My grandkids are on the wall there.
And Mike's a third artist, we'll just wait on your comments.
That wasn't planned, by the way.
Any comments?
You're going to give a PowerPoint or not?
Oh, no, I think if I gave a PowerPoint, we'd be here for about 3 hours.
Okay, exactly. I'd like to just say that you do a great job. I didn't realize you were the one that did the one at the County.
Yeah, that's all our work. In fact, those exhibits were placed in storage, and we actually worked so that we could bring them out and make them available to the public here in the ranch. And I'm willing to actually get over to the Chamber of Commerce so that they can promote those exhibits when out-of-town visitors come and look at the mining museum. It's just walking across the street. If they do that, they'll see 2 more exhibits. And so those are exhibits that the taxpayers pay for and exhibits that the city grants pay for.
Michael, you got anything?
You guys do a great job. Looks really nice, so you have my support.
Now we'll let the artist talk.
Mr. Mayor, I'm proud to move that we accept the attached agreement with the Siebel Arts Council, which actually does state 38,000, correct?
Yes.
Yes, it does.
I second that.
First and second. Councilor Quintana?
Yes.
Councilor Sandoval?
Yes.
Councilor Dickens?
Yes.
Councilor Lewis?
Yes.
I'd like to make a comment. Every dollar we give you guys is justified, make no doubt about it, guys. Thank you for the job you do.
Thank you.
Thank you, Ava. All you guys out there, thank you very much.
Thank you.
Thank you very much. We very much appreciate it.
Okay, next, we've got that resolution amendment for the purchasing procedure that we discussed at the last meeting. If you guys are good with it, I'll entertain a motion. I don't see any discussion on this.
I'll make a motion that we go ahead and accept resolution 14-1447, amendment to purchasing procedures.
Wait, good question.
Okay, go ahead.
This all purchases between 5,000 and 20,000 should be informal writing, but then you've got the 15,000 that's approved by government body. What's the difference there? We've got 15 and then 20.
Yeah, what happens there is that we will get informal written quotes for that amount between 5,000 and 20,000. And if it happens to be that this is over 15,000, it will be presented to the council for approval.
But at 20, it's already over 15.
Right, but it doesn't need, under 15 doesn't need council approval.
That's not nothing to be approved.
I know, but I'm saying that it can go to
So we
20,
go to 15,000 is what you're saying?
Yeah.
Okay.
That's just for written quotes, but if it is over 15,000, it comes to
I
council.
see what
That's
you're
just for the
saying.
quotes.
Right.
That's not,
That's just-
That's just for the quotes. Over 20,000, then we go to a sealed bid process.
okay, that's not, that's saying.
Purchases and quotes.
You're allowed 20,000.
It's just an informal quote.
It's just informal quotes.
I know, but then from there it's gonna.
You'll have to come.
It comes to council.
Us, and that's what
If it's over 15,000, it comes to council. If it's under, as an example, if we're getting quotes for something that's $10,000, then it won't come before council. But if we're getting written quotes for something that's between 15 and 20,
Okay.
it will come to council.
Okay, that's not what this is saying. Okay, we got that.
I'll second.
Second. Councilor Quintana?
Yes.
Councilor Sandoval?
Yes.
Councilor Dickens?
Yes.
Councilor Lewis?
Yes.
Next, vector control. Where are we at on this one?
This one here is, I guess, a bid that was put in by Siebel, well, no, let's see where I'm at. I'm on the wrong page.
Paul Sandoval, Roadrunner.
Paul Sandoval, yeah. And I believe it's, I don't have that page. I don't either. You don't have it? You don't have it? I don't know what the exact amount was. I know it's 67.
$67,000, but that's supposed to be minus May, and now it's gonna be minus June, I guess, and then.
Right.
That would be adjusted.
Now, we are paying a vector control fee to Cibola County.
30,000, right?
Yeah.
But Cibola County hasn't done anything. We haven't done anything for mosquitoes right now, we're already 2 months behind.
I don't know what they've done. I don't know what they've done. As far as I know, he has already started his vector control.
I mean, has it
For
gone
the
through the
county.
city or just the county?
Well, it doesn't include all the same things that 67,000 did. That 67,000 is a more I guess, an accelerated program. It includes turf in there, and it includes a couple of other items that they don't do in the county.
All the schools, grasses, all the
So, what's the,
Yeah, we've included the schools grasses, because if we do our grasses and don't do the schools, then all the mosquitoes just go to the schools grasses.
Right, they're getting ready to fire up, football season with their 2 days kind of
Right,
and that
yeah,
and stuff.
it
so
would
we need to
be,
get that.
it would be prorated. I mean, if you wanted to do that, it would be prorated. And, I would say for this year is, that would be prorated for the July, August, September, so 2 months would come off of that. And after talking to him, we'll probably have, part of that's gonna be deducted anyway, because that we're already paying to the county.
It'll take off.
Yeah, so it'll take off a little bit
You know,
there.
guys, I just know, in my opinion, being here forever, the mosquitoes get really bad once the rains fall. We ain't had the rains fall yet. I get more calls about mosquitoes than anything from July to October. What we're paying the county doesn't cover what we need in the city. And I would suggest that we go ahead and do this, okay? And go with this. It's a public safety issue for West Nile and everything else that goes on around.
Well, there's a new one coming
Exactly,
down.
and that's why we need to take care of this, where our citizens ain't calling us 3 times a week, but the mosquitoes are so bad they cannot go outside and have a barbecue. They can't sit on their front porch and read the newspaper. So it's my opinion, and I support this. I say that we go ahead and go on our own and get away from the county and start doing this ourselves, guys, and taking care of ourselves.
If you just allow me to go ahead and negotiate with Roadrunner on what the final price is, it'll be less than that.
I'll make a motion that you go with this Roadrunner Public Health Incorporated and go ahead and try to catch these mosquitoes for change. Since I've been here, we've been eating alive.
Exactly.
I'll
So,
second
so
that.
you're,
There we go.
hang on just a second, so you're still gonna contract it out?
But
We're
that's,
thinking about buying our own equipment or anything?
Not yet, we might do that in another year or so.
For
right now, for this year.
Yeah, this
Let's
year we're
get
not
on.
set
Yeah,
up
it
to
might
do
be
it.
Okay,
better for
as
us
long,
to
as
go
long
that
as you're
route.
looking at it in the future.
Yes.
You know, I discussed that with Paul earlier today, and it is cost efficient for us to probably do our own,
Yes.
even with equipment and
let's
whatnot.
go
instead
ahead
of
and-
running off
I know
30.
it's late right now, so
Yeah.
Right.
So
just
let's
go ahead and contract it out.
Let's contract it
For
this
next year, let's
and then we'll look at something
get
else.
on it earlier.
Yeah.
Okay?
that's minus the May and June.
Yes.
Right, it'll be minus May and June, it'll be minus whatever else
Whatever
is
you
doing
get
at this time.
negotiated for us, Paul.
So we'll start July 1st.
Yeah, we'll see if we can get started July 1st, yeah.
so this will be an action item at the next meeting?
It's an action item
Tonight.
right now. We're gonna
We really need to do it
Once we
tonight.
have the price,
Once we have the number, we'll have to.
yes, we'll do it at our next meeting.
Well,
on
if
the
you
16th.
go ahead and approve up to the 67,000, whatever it is on that, and I'll negotiate that, it'll be less than that. So if you would approve that, then I can get started.
Okay, so that's your motion, go ahead, re-motion it for up to the 67,000.
Up to,
Up to.
but that's
Yeah.
minus the May and June.
Exactly.
Yeah, it'll be lower than that, but we don't know what that exact number is, so.
So just up to.
Up to 67,000.
And I'll second that.
Okay, Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
That's plus tax.
Yes. Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
Let's take care of the mosquitoes. Hallelujah. Next, the retiree health care. What do we got here, Paul?
Okay, the retiree health care is a health care that we're paying to employees who retire with 25 years of service with the city who are not of retirement age yet. And they have the option to continue keeping the insurance the medical insurance that we have with the city. And at this point, right now, the city pays 90% of health insurance for its employees, and they would be at that same rate. Right now, there is no funding mechanism in place for funding this retiree health care. The state has a retiree health care, and it's funded through their employees where, I don't know what the rate is, $2 or $3 are taken out of everybody's check to do that. And you may or may not use it when you retire, depending on when you retire from the state. And so we don't have a funding mechanism in place right now. Currently, we have 3 people that are on this retiree health care. And right now, the cost to the city is $26,000 a year. We have a potential of another 6 employees that could come onto it this year, which would take that cost up to $76,000 a year. The other thing that we're required to do this year, if we keep this retirement health program, is that we will have to do an actuary. And at this time, I don't know what the cost of that actuary is, but it'll be another significant expense to doing this, and it's a requirement for having this program.
So we won't be facing any kind of legal action if we just end this program?
No, if we end the program, it won't affect anybody who's on it now. It'll just affect the future. And my point on this thing is that if we have $76,000 to pay somebody who is retired from the city, then we should have $76,000 to give to people who are still working for the city.
I agree.
And I understand, 25 years of service is nice, is really a value to the city to have these people, but the city does pay a substantial amount of benefits. Every employee, our average benefit cost is 60% above the gross salaries that we pay in the city. So we do have a substantial benefit package that we already fund, and so that is my opinion on it, and so bring it before the council.
Is there a way to make it self-sufficient?
The way to make it self-sufficient would be to do a deduction from everybody's paycheck the same as the state does.
Would they be willing to do that? I mean, it would be something to look at.
I mean, that.
Well,
yeah.
you're gonna have the future employees paying for the past employees.
That's what we
And
do in
it's
this
just gonna,
country anyway.
well, that's like the social security and
That's
stuff.
right.
You
That's
need-
what we do in this country.
Need to stop it right
To
now.
do that, because that system's
Okay, it
broken.
was just an idea.
Yeah, I retired from the state, I was paying $200 a month for group insurance, now I'm paying $600, no group insurance. The state doesn't help fund
My question
insurance
was,
for
can it be
retirees.
self-sufficient?
No, you pay it on your own.
We've seen these kind of programs bankrupt city after city, and we should jump out of this thing now.
The retirees, I'm sorry, the future retirees need to pay their own insurance.
We
Well,
have.
with Obamacare, guys, there's an option out there that you can take care of that. Okay, there's an option out there for everybody that's retiring, you can go through the exchange with Obamacare, and you can get your insurance. So no, this needs to die now.
Well, and also for people who retire from the city that are still young enough to work, they will still continue to work in other jobs and still have the ability for health insurance.
So what's the right wording to make a motion on this thing?
It was adopted by resolution. I think we need to draft a resolution to get rid of it.
Okay, then that's what we'll do.
That's what we'll do. I'd make a motion, we draft a resolution.
There we go. Second.
Second.
Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
Done. Okay, next. Cibola Regional Communications Center. Jamie, you got answers for us on this? Because I've got some questions, bro. Okay, we went up, it was 72,000 in the first quarter, 72,650. It went all the way down to 55,000 in the second quarter, and now we're back up to 69,000 in the third quarter. And in the third quarter, there's no workers' comp in it, there's no incidental pay,
Yeah, that was incidental, I think.
mileage and per diem, there's nothing there, but we're paying more. Well,
It
we
was
have-
all on personnel.
Okay, but then it's all on personnel, but we still got $13,000 in overtime.
Well, we have no control of their overtime.
So where are their personnel increases at? It says regular salary is $89,000. That's $3,000 more than what they were showing before, okay?
Mayor, can I answer that?
Sure. As long as somebody's got an answer, I don't care who's answered it.
You better like the answer, but I'll figure out what I can. Mayor and council, I'm the chief, and I'm on this board because
Yes.
I'm the chief, and I don't understand that. They've gone through personnel like crazy, like everybody else has. People are going here and there, different parts of our community. So they bring someone on board, they train them, they get them certified, and then they give them an increase, and that's where some of the overtime comes from. When these people are gone to be trained to be dispatchers, they have to supplement that slot at the dispatch center. That's where some of the overtime is coming from. At least that's the answer I got when I asked.
Okay,
So how
and
much
it's still-
training do they receive that these others get all that overtime?
It's 2 weeks.
See, it still doesn't jive, because in the second quarter, we paid $16,000 in overtime. And in the third quarter, we paid $13,000, but our overall is $89,000. So if the overtime is the reason why, then it should be more than that $16,000 that was in the second quarter.
You would hope so, yeah, but I'm not sure who they put on slots. They had 3 people, they had 3 people on shift 24 hours a day.
Yes.
And that's just, we see the necessity of it. So if someone is not there, they plug someone else in. I've seen the manager step in and, they don't pay that person the overtime, but I've seen them step in as well.
Now, this $4,533, Tammy, on top for the emergency manager, that is deducted from our total at the bottom?
Yes, sir.
So that $69,000 doesn't include Tony Boyd's salary?
Correct.
Okay. Any other questions, guys?
There was also some changes here. Apparently, they had group insurance in the first quarter and third quarter that accounted for $6,000 and $7,000 higher. There's also an increase in the first and third quarter for equipment maintenance and repair. $26,000 in the first quarter, only $1,700 in the second quarter, and $5,000 in the third quarter.
Mr. Pena, they, like us, for this first quarter of some of these things, and sometimes even the beginning of this year, they pay that enormous amount for all their maintenance costs for the entire year sometimes.
Right.
I don't understand their accounting system.
Well, maintenance, equipment, and repair could easily be contracts that they sign for that.
Yes,
That
exactly.
they pay up front.
Up front for the entire year, yes.
Yeah.
To ensure that everything is on line.
Can you tell us why we pay for cable TV over there?
It should be free to them because I'm sure they're a franchisee just like the city is.
But why do we have TV on it?
Oh, to keep them awake. Sometimes at 3 in the morning, it's quite boring in there, so they have to have a big TV.
Well, emergency broadcast would be one.
But Mayor,
That's a good one, Ruben.
Mayor, if there's one thing that we have been discussing, I'm glad I could talk to this. We are going to propose a countywide tax to include communication cost, so that everybody pays, everybody, you, me, tourists, the whole 9 yards, and to try and see if it'll fund itself like McKinley County does. And that way,
So you mean I could take this
you
$69,000 and
can
spend
pay
it
it to
someplace
somebody
else?
else, yes, sir.
Let's get on it, man.
And my goal, and I told them that I would spearhead this, is that by the 2014, by 2016, July 1, hoping to have us on a ballot before that and have the entire county and city and village vote on this. So I'm going to be working on this, and I'll be coming to you and asking for your support so that everybody can pay it just like a tax. Only the money will be sent to the county because they're the agent and pay for communications that way.
And the county will pay the whole bill.
They pay the whole bill, but everybody will contribute. How about that?
Well, any other questions, discussion on this?
Their training's cheap compared to their overtime.
No. Well, I'll entertain a motion to pay this bill, I guess. It really pisses me off, but we'll pay it.
I make a motion, we pay the bill.
Okay, second?
Second.
Second. $69,513.87. Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
Dang, I hate that bill. I really do, guys. I hate that bill. Main Street, who's gonna talk for Main Street? Come on up, Bianca. Come on up, Mr. Jackson. Oh, you're on injured reserve, just make Mr. Jackson and Mr. Vasquez come on up there. We'll let the IR sit down. She's on injured reserve, man.
Manuel, I told you to quit kicking her.
Well, I figure there's only one way to get a result on that if they don't want to work.
Good evening. How are you?
Good evening.
Good, how are you?
Mayor Kessel. Thank you for having us up here, and we are at your mercy. Ask us what you want to ask.
Go ahead, council, got questions? Shoot them at them. Who's gonna go first? Mike?
You guys on budget, bike rally?
Yeah, we are on budget,
Good.
and we plan to stay there.
How's the summer concert series? I noticed Monday night's gonna be the first one, correct?
That was not put on by Main Street, is it?
That was by the Recreation
That's a
Department.
Recreation
Okay.
Department and Foundation.
And speaking of that, did you get the email requesting we get a cleanup crew over there?
Yeah, we've been working on it all week, yeah.
Okay. So that's being followed up on?
We also have, Main Street is organizing a cleanup group too, to help beautify the city for the bike rally.
Yeah, we appreciate that too.
And then we're hoping that we can get some waiters from you guys. Maybe we can get some volunteers and get all the cattails out of that.
Amen.
Well, I'm gonna have Eric and Harrison work over there. They have waiters and things, so they can get in there. If you would just let me know when you're gonna have your crew over there, I can have them over there at the same time. Okay, so that way you can direct them in what you'd like done there.
Okay. You're not gonna like the list, okay? But it's gonna be a big list, and we'd like to see if we could have it maybe dug out and get some of that stale water out of there. Because you guys notice if you go out there at night, it kind of gives you a bad smell.
Really?
Should be flowing, because it should be flowing. It
Yeah.
should be constantly flowing.
We used to have a smell out there because of that stale water in there, especially around the cattails.
It's that dam that's over the
Pools
that
that-
under the bridge, yeah.
When it gets hot, boy, that
Right under the
algae
bridge.
takes off too.
That dam that's under the bridge is what's.
Yeah, one of the things about the summer concert series is that money that I have budgeted for it, I would like to disperse that out of the city here, because not only Main Street, but also the Recreation Department and the Future Foundations are also having events there. And we can, and I think just to keep control of it and find out what the costs are gonna be, we'd like to do
And
that.
I discussed that with you, right, Manny?
Yes, we did.
That you would just submit it to us and then we will pay the bills, right?
Yes, sir.
Yeah, I agree with that.
I'd like to add that because of all the work that they've done over there, it's usable right now. The way it is, because you couldn't even use it.
I know.
2 years ago, a year ago, it was, you couldn't use it.
Mayor Castle, I don't know if you guys knew anything about this, but the class of graduation class, they all had their photos taken out there at the amphitheater, and they utilized the whole park there. You guys would have been impressed if you'd seen them out there. I thought that was impressive. They were using the whole park to take pictures, professional pictures of the situation.
Are you guys asking for an increase?
We are, sir.
How much?
20,000.
Why?
Why?
Justify 20,000.
Well, we're trying to really work together. We're really trying to get everything in shape. Since we've got a new board, we have some directions we need to follow as far as beautifying the city, and we have to have some funding on it. We are also trying to work on some grants from the state, and I also would like to use that money to give our director a raise, sir. She is the only one in the state of New Mexico that's underpaid.
And maybe get her some help in the office too.
Yes.
She works at the office right now by herself. She goes to the lodgers tax meetings, the city council meetings. She's a member of Rotary, Chamber of Commerce, so she's out a lot. And we'd like to see if we can get at least some part-time help there to watch the office and stuff when she's out.
How much did you get last year?
None.
Well, for the service agreement itself, it was $34,500. And so now we're asking for $40,000, so that's a $6,500 increase. The additional is for the Fire and Ice event, because of the amphitheater. Being that we're going to be booking entertainment throughout the weekend, which is for 3 days, the Friday, Saturday, and Sunday. And if there's any way that we could get that, there possibility of maybe getting a sound system in there so that it would bring the cost down for us to pay the bands, instead of them having to bring out their own equipment, like their lighting and their sound systems.
Where would you store all this equipment when it's not in use?
But we have a storage right outside of our office there, so we still have room in there. That's where we put all our equipment as far as the events that we host every year.
As long as you don't store it
Don't
over
most,
there.
don't most
Oh, yeah.
bands bring their own PA system?
Most do, but they charge an extra fee.
Oh, yeah?
Yes, sir.
And being that, we're right smack in the middle from Albuquerque and Grand, so a lot of the locals bring theirs, and they charge a minimal fee for that because they're local and they don't have to travel far with it.
And what if they don't like yours? Do you negotiate on it, or?
Well, we're trying to get a music system that's compatible with everything that's out there, pretty much. And most of the people are already updated to all digital, so it's all pretty well friendly.
Maybe right now when we're just starting this project, maybe we ought to start without spending money on equipment to see where it goes and see what our needs are at this time.
So the 20,000 extra is for 3 nights of entertainment during the bike ride at the amphitheater, is that what you're saying?
Well, not only that, but the other costs that, we could use throughout for like the summer concert series, if we have, extra, we can definitely put it toward that.
Yeah.
And then just throughout the year for the different events that we host.
We'd like to see like the Easter event grow a little bit more, and then we're also partner up with the Christmas light parade and the memorial.
If that Easter egg grows anymore, we're gonna have to shut down Santa Fe Avenue and run them through the freeway, guys.
I think that's one of the best things we got. I'd like to really see it.
We really got a lot of compliments for Senator Sanchez that was here. He was really impressed. They really want to come back and see it and see what they can do for us. And I have a lot of the merchants here in town and businessmen that are willing to help us with it. They were really impressed, and some of the church groups, which I thought was good. We also had special needs for the Easter eggs. I don't know if you guys knew that or not. And that was something new that we had done this year, and we had a really good response on it.
So you have music in the bike rally tent already. Yes. Why are you putting music in the amphitheater during the bike rally?
What we're trying to do is we're trying to use the whole park to get more people to come in and have more activities.
Yeah.
And spread it out through the park. Yeah. And a lot of the bands that we're bringing in are not going to cost us that much. The only problem we have with it is the sound system.
Yeah. I'd rather see us do without as much music, but get a sound system, because you can utilize that all year long.
Yes, sir, we can.
We'd like to spread the event out too. We'd like to see the amphitheater be utilized this year during the bike rally, and maybe even get some more family-oriented events down that side over there.
And showcase it, especially to those that are within New Mexico or the surrounding area, to promote it and our summer concert series. If that's going to be a continuing event throughout the year, so.
And something else we're trying to promote too is we're really trying to work on promoting the Route 66 here in Grants, and that's what part of that money will be used for, is really promoting Route 66. European tourists really are big on that, and we'd like to see that, and maybe through Main Street attract more tourism and build off the fact that Route 66 runs right through Grants.
So that includes raise, and does that include the part-time help also?
We're hopefully, yes, we're trying to hopefully.
We're doing fundraisers throughout the year too to raise money too, so we can pay for part-time.
No, it's not just for the background.
No, it's
just
definitely no.
No.
The other thing I want to bring up to you guys, City Council and Mayor, have you guys seen our new Route 66 signs?
Where?
On Santa Fe Avenue?
I requested them, and we now have a Route 66 sign right in front of our office at Main Street, and they're also on the...
Those are the ones you got from the senator?
Yes,
You went and
sir.
told him, what are you doing, taking down our signs?
Yes, sir.
Good go, Manny.
He worked really good, and I was very impressed. He had a lot of interest in it, and they're actually trying to work in Santa Fe to get more signs for Route 66.
I got on number 2 there, why for 2014 and 15 you're requesting 20, and then 16, 17 you're only requesting 15. Why are you reducing?
We're hoping with our fundraising, if we can build up our fundraising stuff, we can reduce the amount that we get from the city.
Okay, well, you're optimistic.
There's a new sponsorship and everything, and we'd like to take control of the bike rally and all the events where we can hopefully someday be self-sufficient. Okay?
We're trying not to just take money from y'all town, we're trying to show that we're trying to build it up.
I was just
So we're
curious on
success,
that.
yeah.
Are you still in debt from last year's?
No, sir, we're not. We're in the black.
Covered that?
Thank you. No, we're, with all the fundraisers we've had, we've stayed up with the bills and paid everything, and we're strictly in the black. Our treasurer here can tell you anything, you ask him anything you want, he'll let you know what we got there.
How much of this 20,000 are you gonna be spending on the bike rally? This additional 20,000?
We don't have an exact number for that,
We don't have-
out of that yet. We were on base whether we were gonna get it or not.
So with
How much
the
it- Any guesses?
the fees you charge for vendors and stuff, you guys make money, lose money, break even, where are you at? On a normal year for a bike rally?
Our bike rally, this is our first year, and as a new board, and we're gonna make money.
They've been losing money, but this year we're right on budget.
No, we will make money.
And we based our budget off of what they actually pulled in last year. So not of what we're expecting to pull in. So we're hoping if we do at least what we did last year, which I think we're gonna beat, but that's what our budget was based off of, but what the actual money they actually brought in.
Well, I hope you guys get it built back up, because
So we're trying to
I remember it was spread way out there, now it's moving this direction.
Right. And that's why we're trying to scroll back out towards the amphitheater on that. I would say out of that 20,000, maybe around 10, that would be an estimate of what we spent on the
More or less
bike this year.
Well, I don't support any additional money going to the bike rally because of the history with the bike rally. The city of Grants has spent over $300,000 making up losses that the bike rally has created over the last 10 years. And I've had enough of that.
I agree with you on that 100%.
Me too.
Yeah, I mean, if you guys prove yourself this year that you actually are gonna make some money this year, instead of coming in 2 months from now and asking for another $40,000, then I would support this. But I don't support any extra dollars going to the bike rally at this point.
Well, you know, being that this is our first year as a new board, and the way we're moving in a positive way, we don't look back at the losses that we had before. Right now, what we're trying to do is have accountability and transparency. And we have that, and I think we've proved that to the city this year. And we've only been together since January. But I think that our board that we have and our director has done an excellent job as far as running the bike rally or running and all the events that we're doing. If you notice all our events we've had this year, we've made money. Where in the past, they were in the hole constantly.
Well, that's a testament to you guys as businessmen. We've never had businessmen run this program before. So that's a direct testament to you guys, and we appreciate that without a doubt. And I'm gonna go with whatever you guys want. I'm okay with upping it to 40,000, you know, the 5,500 increase that they're asking for. As far as, what are we giving for the bike rally right now, Paul?
The bike rally right now, they've got 60,000 from lodgers tax, is that correct?
Yes, sir?
Yeah.
Well, based on,
And that's not for the bike rally though, that's for Main Street, right?
That's for Main Street.
That's all Main Street,
throughout
yeah.
the year.
That's throughout the year for advertisement and promotion.
Promotion of the
Advertising,
city, marketing the city.
So actually, how much of that have you guys spent on the bike rally?
From the lodgers tax?
Lodgers tax.
I don't think we spent any of it
We
yet.
haven't spent a cent from the lodging tax, sir.
This year.
Really?
Yes, sir, we have not touched.
Come on, they're usually broke by now.
No, sir, we're not, we haven't touched a cent out of it.
We are gonna be using some of that.
Yeah.
One thing we got for the bike ride this year is the social kiosks, and Bianca can probably tell you more about those.
What it is it's kiosks, and what you can do with it is to promote, you know, social media at your event. You go up to the kiosk, you take a photo, it's a little postcard, you can upload it to Facebook, Twitter. And what we want to use that for is to collect the information from our attendees to figure out who's coming to our events. Where are they coming from, the gender, the age category, if they're staying in town, if they're camping, if they're renting a hotel. We don't have any of this information, and so for us to be able to do an economic impact study, we need to start gathering this information. So we figured with the social media kiosk, if they come up and take a photo, we give them a survey, they have a chance to enter a drawing to win a 36-inch flat screen TV, which Walmart is donating to us. And so with that, we're hoping that we can get them to come in, you know, promote our event, you know, on their social media sites, as well as fill that survey out, and with the help of economic development with Eileen, we can start gathering this information, and hopefully within the next couple of years, 2 to 3 years, we can do that impact study.
We'd like to be
figure
able to
out
know
if
what,
the event is
what it's bringing into
profitable
Cibola County.
for our county.
Because I always ask that too, and nobody can ever say so. I'd like to see the actual numbers, how many people came, an idea what they're spending, how long they stayed here.
Yeah, we always get numbers, but what I'd like to see is accurate.
I'd like to see accurate numbers, exactly. I hear numbers all the time, but I know they're not accurate.
And the reason we're doing this is because you guys are asked for accountability. And the only way we could give you guys accountability is to have something like this and draw the people in to actually give us a survey or all their information, where they're from. And like this, we can have, it won't be 100%, because nothing's 100%. But we'll have an idea where they're coming from, how much they're spending. And this is what you guys ask us every year. This time, after the bike rally, we will report to you, and we will tell you what we got. And that would be the first step to moving forward, and letting you guys know where our tax money is going.
So in all actuality, we have not given any money to the bike rally yet.
Not yet.
Not the city. And this actually isn't for the bike ride, this is funding Main Street's activities during the
They're
year.
they're asking for the 20,000 on the side for the bike rally.
That'll be also for other events, not just the bike rally.
Not just the
I'm
bike
good
rally.
with this, okay?
It's other events also.
Right.
Yes.
Well, based on what I've seen you guys do thus far this year since you took over, I recommend we go ahead and approve this.
We got the 20,000 for the bike rally, right, Paul? Tammy?
Huh?
We got the 20,000 for the bike rally?
We didn't put it in our budget, I wasn't aware of that, because on the lodges, it is for the bike rally, and that was the additional $20,000 there. So, I just submitted the 34.5. So we'll have to do some changes in the budget to that line item.
Yeah, we would have to just move money around in the budget for it.
We can do that though,
Move
right
some
now?
money around for it, yeah.
Huh?
We can do that though, right?
Whatever you guys want.
No, there's money to do that though, right?
I would say,
Thank you very much. I'm good with this, guys.
I recommend Ruben second.
Okay, Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
The next one, portable restrooms.
Thank you.
Appreciate it. And we'd like to see you come to our meetings.
You said, one more thing, you said she's not being compensated like everyone else did, why, what is the compensation?
You know, we're gonna have to discuss that, okay, on our board meeting. We will let you know. Thank you, Council and Mayor.
Thank you, guys. Thank you. Okay, we got portable restrooms. Potco, Gallup Pumping. Potco's been doing it for a while, they're still the lowest bidder. And I'll recommend that we take Potco, guys.
I recommend we take Potco.
Second.
Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
Will?
I need a second
Um,
motion for,
Mr. Dickens motioned.
no, I need two motions. One for the city and one for the bike rally.
Oh, okay. So we'll handle the first one at 12,776 for the city for the year round. Okay? Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
Okay, now we're looking at the second one. Total of 4,233.60 for the Fire and Ice Bike Rally.
Okay. Make a motion, we accept it.
Second?
Second.
Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
Okay, this one here, the transit program, I recommend that we table this for tonight, and we'll take it up on our meeting, on our next meeting. At that point, we can have the totals. I know Father Avea asked for 2,500, and that's what we gave last time, wasn't it? Was it 3,000?
Yes.
Okay. So I'll recommend that we table this and take it up at the next meeting when we have the actual numbers and.
So we don't know for sure.
Yeah.
I'll make a motion to table resolution 1448, transit program support for the church.
Second.
Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
Okay, next I got two board appointments. I'll need a separate motion on each one. The first one is for the housing board. And it's a reappointment for 5 years, and it's Floyd Flood Wright. I don't know if you guys know Mr. Wright, but.
Is he here?
No, he's not. But I would like to put him back on the board.
Is that an action item, Mayor?
Yes.
I move we, you want to vote on these together?
We gotta do them separate.
Okay, I move that we accept Mr. the man who mentioned.
Mr. Wright.
I second.
Okay, Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
Just one position.
Yeah. The second one is for the Animal Board, and it's a reappointment of Denise Cornett for 2 years. And I'll recommend that we accept that one too.
I'll make a motion, we accept Denise Cornett.
Second?
Second.
Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yes.
I don't see what we needed the budget discussion for, but it's open.
I just
Go ahead.
got one item, you know, the drainage coming from Smith Street over to Jefferson, you know, the lower part of Jefferson.
Yes.
Anyway, it looks to me like it's dammed off there, the water will just stay there if and when we ever get rain. The drainage is supposed to flow between the apartments there across from Futures and the last houses there between Jefferson and Washington, and go across Washington out to the field that way towards.
Yes.
But anyway, I don't see how the water can go through that alleyway.
Well, you'd be amazed.
Well, I mean, if it really rains, see, that's what I want to prevent, is flooding.
You'd be amazed. You know, it actually runs through there pretty good, Eddie, and I know what you're saying, because the people along Jefferson there have come and complained, and we're looking at opening up that grate right there on Jefferson Street or Washington Street, whichever one.
Washington's where the grate is.
Where that grate is, taking it out and opening it up bigger to where it'll suck more water down and throw it out into that field. Okay, we are definitely.
Still something needs to be done in that alleyway.
Yeah, we'll go through it, clean it out.
The water drains from Smith Street.
That's where we got that ditch cut through.
The ditch,
That's why that ditch is cut through there, Eddie, we put that ditch in there.
The ditch goes
That's
there,
that water.
and then there's a ditch, as
actually-
you're going towards the bowling alley and the Elks, it's on the right-hand side, but there's no way it's
And
going to
actually,
get across.
most of that water, Eddie, runs down along Jefferson, and there is a grate there that pours out into the Grimes Channel, goes underneath the road, right there on the south side of that Washington Bridge, the west side, and it does pour out. Matter of fact, we just had it cleaned out, so that it does run. That's where most of your water goes. When you get a real heavy rain, then it goes into that alley, down to that grate. And that's where we need to open that grate up, because it collects so much down there.
Well, we actually need to fix the drainage itself.
Yes.
All along Jefferson. I mean, it's undersized is what it is.
Yeah.
I mean, the engineers had already looked at it, and the drainage is actually undersized for the volume of water that comes through there. Especially because of the man-made canal that's there.
Will our First Street project remedy that, or help remedy that? Because they're taking a lot more.
No, because that's going
No,
uphill.
because all that water that collects down there is coming from Smith, Johnson, or not Johnson, Harrison, all that area up there on that corner.
Yeah,
headed up towards the police station area.
We have a man-made canal.
Yeah.
We're greening it ourselves.
We're bringing the water down.
So, I mean, that.
But what used to happen before we put the ditch there, is they would all back up there at Smith Street, and they would put all the houses in the outside.
So either we flood those over there or those down here.
Yeah.
We need to fix the drainage.
Yes,
is what we
we need to fix that whole drainage. Anything else on that? I'll entertain a motion to go into executive session.
Mr. Mayor, I move that we go into executive session to discuss personnel matters and potential lawsuits.
Second.
A second.
Counselor Quintana?
Yes.
Counselor Sandoval?
Yes.
Counselor Dickens?
Yes.
Counselor Lewis?
Yeah.
We'll try not to take too long. If you don't want to. There was personnel matters and litigation matters. No decisions were made. Comments from the council. Counselor Quintana?
The only comment that I had, and actually we touched on that already, was the mosquitoes. I was a little concerned about what our plan was on the mosquito control. We always run into the problem that we start talking about it before it's out of control, once it's out of control. So I just want to make sure that we're on it.
Well, what surprised me this time of year, as dry as it is, you know, we sit out on the porch, there's 3 or 4 mosquitoes each night. Of course, they don't make it too far after they get on my arm, but they're already out. So we need to get on it.
We are now. Assemble.
Well, go ahead.
Paul, just I'd like to ask about the pillars on Ponderosa and Hanish.
I looked at those, they cleaned up the ones that were knocked down,
Yeah.
and let me find out on the other ones if, I don't think those were with the property owners, that must have been the developer.
Well, it was, whoever owned the property to begin with.
The developer, yeah, the developer, so I need to find out if we can do anything there, or if.
It's a hazard, you can't see through it's a safety hazard, you can't see traffic coming. Yeah. And they used it as part of their fence, if you go to look at it. But if you can chop them down to their size of their fence, because it's like a 4-foot fence, that might be all we need to do. Because they used it as part of the fence. They put their chain link fence in the middle of it. So if you can chop down.
Because I think
down to
if they're
4 foot.
placed, legally,
They're on their property, we
on their
can't touch
property,
it.
yeah.
They're in the middle,
We can do.
they're outside of their property, actually. By putting it in the middle of the pillar, they're outside of the property. But I'm saying.
Their property line is a sidewalk, Ruben.
What I'm saying, even though it's a hazard, so if you just chop them down to the level of their fence,
I'm not sure if there was a sidewalk there.
I mean, it'll even look nice.
No, but there's the easement from the curb, so many feet is part of the road. And then after that, it's property. And I imagine that they're placed, in accordance with those guidelines.
It's a hazard, so if just chopping them down to their level of their fence, I don't see a problem. I mean, it would actually make it look nicer than what it does now. It's a safety hazard.
Yeah, I'll look into it and see what we can.
Anything else?
Speed bumps.
Speed bumps, Balsam.
Balsam, and the one on Nimitz that we're supposed to reduce or get rid of. Have you ever?
Balsam.
Okay, Balsam, that's
Stop sign
between,
Sage.
Canish Boulevard and Sage?
Well, not that far down, from Sage up to Truman.
From Sage to Truman, we need
Okay.
two in there.
You need some in there?
Two.
Okay, did we have a petition from the people?
They petitioned already.
We need a petition
Need a
signed.
signature
Yeah, we need a
petition.
signature petition.
That and the
Go around
one
and
on
get a petition.
Nimitz, that monster that we've been discussing for 2 years.
You wanna take it out, or?
No,
Was that
I
what
think-
you
I think
put in?
on the size,
Was
we just
that
need to
what you put
reduce
in
it.
by petition?
That one was put in because a little girl almost got run over chasing her dog, and the dog got killed.
I think it's more of a hazard if we take it out, because that speed bump actually slows traffic down coming out of Stevens,
Yes, it does.
coming from Nimitz, coming from Stevens on this side. It actually slows all the traffic down.
Sure does. We just need to put it to the size like the rest of them.
Yeah.
Like we're doing the rest of them.
Okay, because
Put
that
it
one's
down
kind
to
of,
size.
that one's kind of a crosswalk type.
Yes.
It's like the one that
Like the
was
one
on.
on-
Head walking.
And, right there, where OMI cut that piece out, right before that speed bump, have manual fill it in.
Yeah, it's
That went
sank.
out. It sank down so much that it's worse than the speed bump.
Yeah, it's saying,
Okay.
getting compacted, that's another thing all my needs to get doing is compacting that ground before the asphalt is put laid down.
Absolutely.
Okay, yeah, they can
Anything
do
else?
that. They can do that at the same time.
Counselor Dickens.
Okay, I guess she sent OMI out there to Washington, close to Alcazar, on Mark Lewis's house. And they sealed off the leak there, then it started oozing, there's moisture there. But further down now towards Seville on Washington, it's running a river. It really sprung up there. It started off slow, and now it's running.
On Seville?
In Washington?
Washington?
Yeah. It's not directly in that intersection, but Seville's the closest to it. But it's running.
You'll be able to see the water.
Yeah.
Anything else?
And the other one's oozing again.
Anything
That's
else?
it.
In the same area?
Same area.
Council's doing a great job, Paul's doing a great job. That's my comment. And the mayor's doing a good job.
I have no comment tonight, guys. I think we're rolling. We need to keep moving exactly the way we are. Paul, 633 Jefferson. Get Marty on that property. I think that guy is throwing the trash in his backyard just to upset the neighbors. I honestly believe that, guys.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Good deal.
I mean, the trash is this deep in his backyard.
That's one thing we could actually do is mention, when you mentioned Henry, the meter readers, they need to
Yes.
keep their eyes open for
Code violations. Okay, Paul, your turn.
And I have one thing I forgot when we had budget discussion that I remembered. I want to add in, we have a position in our employee handbook and things. We have a position for recreation supervisor. I want to add that one into the budget, and not that we need a supervisor in there, but I need another position in there, because right now with Joe's health and things, that he may be going in for surgery, for back surgery and things, and Michelle there's going to be shorthanded with somebody in there, so I didn't want to put in necessarily a supervisor, but I just wanted to put that position in, so I have some money in there to hire help in there for Michelle.
Temporary?
Probably not, for the reason is that they would eventually replace Joe, that I think could retire at any time, and I would want somebody in there to start learning that in there, to do that. And also, I want Michelle to expand that recreation department, and with what she has there now, she is going to have a difficult time doing that.
On that note, I'm going to take a motion to close this up.
So moved.
Second. All in favor?